Welcome back to another edition of Mackie Tech Quick Tips. Today we are in Google Sheets, and I wanted to show a couple quick little tips that I've used in my everyday workflow that's really kind of handy when you're working with spreadsheets and columns and rows and all that fun stuff. So here we have a spreadsheet for demonstration purposes for antique sales, and we have the first row: category, item, cost, shipping, handling, total, payment method, date, and customer. So the first thing I wanted to show is we're going to work on the formatting a little bit here. So first thing I want to do is I'd like to center everything. So to do that, I'm going to click on my Command A, and that's going to select everything, all the different data points. And then I'm going to go up to this little indicator up here where it has the alignment option. Click on that and then click on center here, and that's going to automatically center everything. Next, what I'm going to do is I'd like to put dollar signs in the cost and in the shipping and handling. I can certainly do that quickly by highlighting the C column, and then if I shift and right arrow key over, I'm going to select the D column. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on the dollar sign up here where it says format as currency. And then everything is formatted as a currency. And next thing I'm going to do, make rows up here bold. So I'm going to select the A1 option here, hold down shift, and then just arrow key over so they're all selected. And then I can either do Control B, which will make them bold, as you can see up here, or I can just go up to the top and click on the B, and that'll also make them bold. Next, I'm going to put the totals between my cost and shipping and handling. And Google Sheets does this in a really kind of a neat way. It's the same way that Excel works and numbers, but what we're going to do is we'll hit equal, enter sum, and then it's automatically telling me what rows that it wants to add up. In this case, it's saying C2 and D2, which is right. And if I just click on enter, or if I click on it, it'll automatically populate. What I can do is I can also highlight this cell, and you see there's a little button over here on the far right. I can grab it and drag it down all the way, and it'll automatically populate all the different cells. Sometimes it'll automatically do it. It'll suggest it for you also, so that's kind of neat. So the next thing I want to do is I'd like to organize these and filter them so the earliest date is on top. So I want to make it so this date, which is March 5th, I believe that's the earliest date, I'd like that to be at the very top. So I'm going to highlight all the cells. And again, we can do that by clicking in this very upper left-hand corner cell up here. It's not really a cell, but that's where you can select it. Or I can do my Control A and get the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to data, and I'm going to sort range, and I'm going to go down to advanced range sorting options, because what I want to do is I want to do it so that the system doesn't select or doesn't use the column header in the sorting options. So it says data has header row. It's a header, it's a row, not a column, sorry. So I want to sort by, and then I'm going to select which row I want to use. So I'm going to go down to date, click on date, and I'm going to say it's A to Z, which means I want the earliest one first. I'm going to click on sort. And then now March 5th is the first one selected. Okay, so now that we have everything formatted the way we want, let's say that we want to run some reports, or we want to scrutinize the data a little bit. And let's say that we want to see which customer spent the most. So we could go ahead and sort this manually. That would take forever. Or what we can do is we can use what's called a pivot table, which is very, very handy. So I'm going to select all of the data, and I'm going to go up to Insert. I'm going to click on Pivot Table, and it's going to ask me the data range, which I've already selected. And it's going to ask me if I want to put it in the existing sheet, which is the sheet we're in here, or a new sheet. I'm always going to select New Sheet, so I'll click on Create. And then it creates a temporary pivot table, kind of a placeholder. And if we go over to the right, we see that we have a number of different things that we can add to it, so we can tell it what it is that we want to report on. So I'm going to add rows here. I'm going to click on add. And here are the different rows that we had back in the sheet. So we had category, item, cost. I'm going to go down to customer because we want to see what customer spent the most amount of money. So I'm going to click on customer, and that gives us our 4 different special customers. And then I'm going to go over to value, or values, excuse me, click on that. And then under values, I'm going to go to total. And now it tells me the total of each customer in terms of who spent the most. Looks like Demetra Collins spent the most of $14.59. Let's see if I want to also see who purchased the most in terms of category. So in order to do that, I will go ahead and click on row and click on category. And now it tells us who is spending the most in terms of category. A better way to view that would be to do it in columns. So I'm going to go ahead and click that out and then go to columns and then go to category. And that will give us a little bit of a cleaner view as to the different categories because it puts it on top. So there's a lot of different things you can do. And the cool thing about this is that it's live. So if I go back to sheet 2, let's start over. If I say, let's say Babs Johnson has spent, it looks like it says $850 in furniture. So I'm going to go over to a Babs Johnson one. Let's change this to $2,500. And now her furniture is $2,995. So it does definitely track it live. So that is pivot tables. And thanks again for watching. If anybody has any questions or comments, please leave them below. And we'll see you next time.